Hi, I'm Carrie Heller, Executive Director of University College, and today I'm talking with John Stager in the Informatics Department here at IU East. John, can you tell me a little bit about the Informatics program?
Probably the first question is, what is informatics? And there's a couple definitions. The first would be the formal definition of it is information technology in a context. And that makes about as much sense as the word informatics. Probably the best definition I've heard is from my colleague who said it's applied computer science. So what we do in informatics is teach both information technology, computer science, those types of technology fields, but we put them in some sort of context of an application, whether it be criminal justice or music technology or just software development, bioinformatics, healthcare. We have all of those things we call cognates. So the program's pretty wide, but the whole idea is that how do we use information technology to solve somebody's problems? And the somebody can be picked. Say, I'm really interested in healthcare. How do I leverage information technology for healthcare? So that's what informatics is, and that's how it's different from a normal computer science program or some other type of technology program.
Okay. So then what type of courses do the students take?
Well, they take a pretty wide range, because you never know when you go out in the field what type of work or what types of problems you might see. So there's a basic introduction of how wide the field can be. That's the first course people take, obviously. They're required to take some sort of programming course, so how do I interact with computers? There are other courses that are, some of them are electives, that you can take. We're running one right now that is how do humans and computers interact? How do we best make what we see on the computer screens usable for people? And that's actually taught by one of our informatics faculty who's in psychology. So when we look at the informatics, we're interdisciplinary. We have people from music and biology and psychology, and the informatics faculty is pretty wide. Other types of classes are design classes. How do I design a website? Not how do I necessarily program it, but how do I design it? How do I make things understandable for people? People look at a website, if they spend more than you have about 3 or 4 seconds to grab somebody. And if you don't grab them, they go to somebody else's website. So we teach those types of skills. Along with that, there is a senior project or some sort of capstone and we're hoping to try to use internships, so we get people out in the field, in the community, to work with somebody that hopefully will lead to a permanent employment.
Great. Are students able to get any types of practical experiences while they're here?
Well, hopefully the internship. Since the program is rather new, we don't have a whole lot of experience with internships. We're currently trying to get internships for a number of people who came in with an associate degree that are getting closer to graduation. So now that work is starting, and try to get in with local companies, trying to get the internships, and it's hard to. It was hard up until this point to offer somebody in the community, say, we have interns for you, but I don't have any because the program's so new. So we don't have a whole experience yet on how that works, but I know that when you talk to our internship coordinator, that there are people who have been asking for informatics interns. Obviously Reed Hospital's close. I would hope that we could do a lot of work with them and other major companies. And people may have to leave Richmond for these internships, but we'll deal with that as it comes up.
Great. And then what types of jobs are students able to get?
That's the hard question. Not because it's difficult to get a job, but what's your interest? I have one student who has identified the job, the company, and it's even in a foreign country on where she wants to work. And so we've put together a program for her to be the best trained person she could be to get that job. Okay. The idea of these cognates, we also have one that's custom designed. So if you have some idea that you want to be something special, and you want to do something special and bring information technology to bear on that problem, we can try to pull faculty together here that would build a cognate for you that would allow you to do that. So I don't want to kind of slough this off saying any job you want, but if you know what you want, it's a whole lot easier to get it. It's like that rabbit thing, and I forget what it was, through the looking glass or something. So what direction are you going? Where are you going? I don't know. It doesn't matter what direction you go. But if you know where you're going, we can help you with that. And so there's all kind of jobs. So, web designers to systems analysts to programmers to managers to people who there's a new field that's relatively new anyway. It's called business analysts, which are people who know about business and know about technology and how we get those things to work together. Because up until this point, we've had business people and we've had technology people, and they talk two different languages. Mm-hmm. So we're hoping informatics, we build people in the middle that can talk to both sides.
Great. And what type of skills or personalities are best suited for somebody in this program?
And that's pretty wide ranging. It used to be in computer science, there was people went into computer science because they didn't like dealing with people, they'd rather deal with machines. And that's kind of fallen away. It used to be that computer science was pretty much a male-dominated field, and we're seeing that that's changing. It normally wasn't attractive to underrepresented groups. Now it is, mainly because technology is so pervasive out there. You're carrying technology in your pocket, right? You've got a cell phone; it does all kind of cool things. People are more used to technology, so that field has become more interested. So you can draw all kind of people. Some people who are really artistic and gravitate towards that side of the information technology, or people who are real straight business conservatives and want to work with that type of technology for working for major corporations and wearing suits and doing that type of work. So you can meet all kind of people, and that's what's kind of fascinating. Is sometimes if you study just art, you deal with artists, and there's kind of like a personality. But in informatics, it's pretty much all over the board.
Great. Well, thank you so much for talking to us. I'm sure the students are going to want a lot more information from you. But
they'd be more than happy to talk to me or any one of my colleagues.
Great. I'm glad we could give them a start.
Okay,
great. Thank you.